apple, 1 cannoli, because you want to know why? Tomorrow is a pie contest at Jedburgh Junction. So even though I will not be at the event tomorrow because I'm going to be out of town, I wanted to bring some pies up so that they could have them and just eat them if they wanted to and enjoy. I wanted to be a part of it even though I won't be there. So I am going to show you how to make a quick cannoli pie. That's right, we're going to make a cannoli pie. I know you guys think cannoli, the shell. I've heard of cannoli cheesecake, but a pie, even easier. So I've already gone ahead and I got a store-bought crust here. I like the shortbread one. I put it in the oven for like 3 minutes, heated it through. If you didn't want to bake this, you could put it in your freezer for just a few minutes and let it get cold. So this way everything sets together. So but I choose to bake it. I like it that way. I like that little bit of a crispy brown edge on it. So that's what I did. So I'll show you how to fill this now. So the recipe's really simple. I could put it up. I went ahead and I whipped 3/4 of a cup of heavy whipping cream. So I used my KitchenAid, took it back out. I got the bowl right here. And you know what? We're going to use this bowl all over again. Why make another one dirty? So to this now, I'm going to add mascarpone cream. So it's 1 cup. Now, mascarpone cream is the Italian version of an American cream cheese, but it's not as tangy. So some people call it mascarpone, and that's not right. It's mascarpone. So I just wanted to clear that up. So many people say it wrong, but it's not as tangy as cream cheese, but you can use it in cheesecakes. You can use it in tiramisu. You can use it in anything like that. It's just incredible. It's a very versatile cheese that you can use. We use it in lasagna, but yet then, like I said, we use it in tiramisu. So it's a sweet and a savory. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I took it out of here and I left it out for a few minutes so that I could get room temperature, because everybody knows like trying to mix cold cream is very difficult. Okay, and then here I have a cup of powdered sugar. We're just going to sweeten this up a little bit. And the powdered sugar, the more you whip it like that, it kind of breaks down and becomes a little bit softer. So we're going to put those together. And also in here now, if anyone knows cannoli, you know it has a cinnamon back flavor to it. That's because it's baked in the shells. You get those little shells, they're almost like a little pie shell, and you put it around a tube and you deep fry them. So they have that little bit of cinnamon flavor on them. So I'm just going to go ahead and I put in 2 teaspoons, I eyeballed it, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. So just going to go back here on my KitchenAid and I'm going to get this up. I'm going to whip this up. We're going to start it on low because remember we had powdered sugar in here and it'll fly all over the place. Alright, so as it starts mixing in, I'm whipping it up. Okay, so I'm going to let that go for a minute. And like I said, here it goes. I do have 2 apple pies in the oven. Somebody asked me for one at the restaurant tonight, so I'm bringing that in for them for a birthday for tomorrow. So then I said, well, let me make pies for Jedburgh. So we're getting them all out of the way. So once we finish whipping that up back there, we're going to kind of decorate our pie. And we're going to use pistachios. So I went ahead and I kind of blended them up. These are just roasted off pistachios, not salted or anything like that. And of course we're going to use like the mini chocolate chips because they're synonymous with a cannoli. At the restaurant, we actually, after we fill them, we actually dip the ends of it in the mini chips. So let me just check out my filling here, see how it's going. Perfect. I'm just going to take it down off the sides here, make sure it gets all incorporated. This is probably the most work that you will do for this pie. And if mixing it with a mixer is that much trouble, then you can't get any easier than that. If you didn't have a big stand mixer, you could definitely use a hand mixer, which I missed today because I took it to the restaurant because we were teaching people how to make tiramisu. So usually I have a little hand mixer. So, okay, it's done. And we're just going to take this off. That's the hardest thing to me is getting all of this goodness off of the beater. Now you can definitely use the spatula attachment. I like the whisk one for this because I want to whip it up light. So it's just going to take a minute to get all this off, but it's worth it because you want to get every bite of this goodness. So once it starts getting a little chilly here in the South, I think everybody gets those fall vibes, and they just want to make pies and chilies and cakes and all that kind of stuff, all that goodness that we really don't like to use an oven for in the summer. So what I'm telling you is this would also be a wonderful pie for the summer because it's no bake. All right, so I'm taking it down off the sides of this now, and I'm going to fold in ricotta cheese. Do you hear my alarm? That is actually the apple pies. I had to kind of put them in a little bit longer. Okay, we're going to add a cup of ricotta cheese to this, and this is just the ricotta you get right at the store. I always use whole milk. I don't like the skim one. I don't like to skimp on it. If I'm having dessert, I want the whole thing, guys, the whole thing. Okay, so we're just going to fill up a cup measure here, and let me tell you, I'm such a ricotta fanatic that I'll eat it just plain like this with a little cinnamon and sugar on it. That's how crazy I am. But when I was a kid, my mom used to make lasagna. I would sit there and watch, and I would take a teaspoon of the ricotta cheese and dip it in the sauce and just eat it. That's how much I love it. Okay, so we're going to whip this in. Fold it. That's the key here. We're going to fold it because we don't really want this to get over whipped now and lose all that lightness that we did. So remember now we've got, I hear you pies, but I know they're still not done yet. I just wanted to put the timer on so that I wouldn't forget them, but I know they're not ready. I just need them to get a little bit more golden brown. Okay, so I'm whipping the ricotta into the mascarpone and the powdered sugar with this cinnamon flavoring in here. Now let me just tell you, if you didn't have mascarpone cream, you could definitely use cream cheese. You would just use 8 ounces of cream cheese. So that would be a block and like 2 ounces of it. To this now, we're going to add in that powdered sugar, heavy whipping cream that we did earlier. And this also took 2 seconds. Now this is going to be the stabilizer in this recipe. It's going to keep this light and fluffy and kind of high. So you don't want to lose all the air that we put into it. So we just want to fold it. And when you fold something, you bring it from the bottom and bring it around the top. Yeah. And my alarm, is going to keep going off, but I know those pies are not ready. Okay, so I'm almost done incorporating this in. We're keeping it light and fluffy. Looks so good, guys. I just love it. Okay, now I have my pie shell here. Like I said, it's all done. And we're going to add this in. Now comes the decision, to chip it or not to chip it. And what I mean is, I actually like the chocolate chips in my cannoli filling. A lot of people don't, but I do. So I think I'm just going to add a little bit of chips in here. Just a little. Just for a little bit of texture, just for that little bit when you take a bite, you go, I got a little bit of a chip in here. So we're going to just fold that in again gently because we still are all incorporated. Okay, so, oh my gosh, guys, I could eat this whole bowl right now. But I'm going to actually just have to put it in myself. And I'm going to take it out. Now I smell apple pie. My senses are going crazy here. I've got cannoli pie in my hand, but I smell the apple pie in the oven. I just cannot wait for people to taste this. I'm going to drop this off the junction and see what they say, because I know they're going to be probably getting a lot of pumpkin pie, apple pie, all that kind of stuff. And why not? It's fall. But I wanted to do something a little bit different. So I want to keep this a little bit rustic for you guys. And we're just going to flatten this down. Now we don't need to make it perfect. We want it to look like it was homemade. After all, those are the best pies in the world to make. Give me a homemade pie. I don't care what it looks like. If somebody went through the time and the effort to make it, I'm going to enjoy it and appreciate. Okay, so we've got this. This cream just keeps growing on here. Okay. I'm going to save it for later. Okay, so the rest of this now, I'm going to make it traditional. And like I showed you those pistachios earlier to put on here, I'm just going to kind of put them around on the top. And they kind of give it a pretty green color. Now, if everybody knows, pistachios in a cannoli are very traditional, and that's what I like to do. And then I'm just going to take kind of my chips and add them around the outside of it. Because remember, we already have them in the inside, so we don't have to go crazy. We're just going to add a little bit around the edges here. Just kind of bordering those pistachios. And I am finished. Guys, add this to your Thanksgiving menu. It's an incredible little pie. People will go, wow, this is going to be a brand new Thanksgiving tradition. You can make it a day ahead of time as well. So it'll be easy. You can just put it in your refrigerator and then pop it out when it's ready for coffee time on Thanksgiving evening. So there you go, another quick and easy pie. Hope you guys have a great day.